Hey Virgo, hi, good to see you. All right, so I had a really interesting build up to your reading today. There are times when I get build-ups to these readings where it's smooth, but I can say very confidently this one was not one of those. I've had a lot go on, I feel like, in the last 16 hours, and I've known very clearly from spirit that this is part of your energy. So they've been giving me a really big introduction to your energy and what's going on with you for the next 4 weeks. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am going to pull a theme card. It's from an oracle deck that I have, so I'm going to do that right now. But I asked spirit right before I started this video, I asked spirit, like, hey, can you tell me how you want me to pull this oracle card, this theme card? And they said they wanted the cards just spread out and scattered on my tarot table here. So I feel like that may be part of the energy of what you're going through over the next 4 weeks. There's an energy of something being scattered or kind of being a little bit all over the place, or there's a lot going on at once. I had, yeah, last night I slept, it was not a good sleep. I don't have any kids, but I kept waking up in the middle of the night hearing a baby crying. So I don't know if maybe you have a kid, that could be for someone specific here, maybe you have a kid or have a child, and you're kind of in that new parent mode. So that's definitely what feels like part of this energy. And just there was this level of tension and frustration, and I'm hearing to make the kiddo a peanut butter and banana smoothie or something. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not a parent, but apparently something about peanut butter and banana, I guess will help someone here. So if you're a new parent, that might be for you. All right, but if not, it feels like the child was also a metaphor. I don't know if it's an inner child situation happening, but for some reason there was a baby screaming and crying. So that's also here and present in your energy. So, all right. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. I mean, I came in, I was doing laundry. I have this I don't know, I had this little spill happen on my shirt. I just felt like I was in the energy of a new parent. And I'm okay, so this is Virgo's energy. Let me just hop on and do this reading because I don't think it's going to get better until I just channel this energy. So here we are. All right, so let's get started here. Spirit, which card? This card is very loud. Okay. All right, so here's the card. Give me 1 second. I have cards everywhere on this table, so I gotta pull this together. Did you need one more, Spirit? Okay, no. So this is the card. So the card says butterfly. It says transformation, joy, beauty, and transience. All right, so there's definitely something about the transients here. Is this upright? Okay, it's upright. Okay, yeah, there's something around well, it feels like this, it's almost like an energy, sort of when clothes are in the dryer or something, which is funny because again, I just came back from doing laundry. So this is all related to your reading somehow, but it's when the clothes are in the dryer and they're tumbling over. That's kind of the energy that's happening. It's kind of a tumble. Again, I'm almost seeing the parent who's desperately trying to keep up with the kid and make sure clothes get washed at the same time and make sure the baby's fed, and it's just kind of, again, it's clothes in the dryer. It's just tumbling. There's something about the transients here. It's almost this almost looks like a lint ball to me. I don't know why Spirit's showing that little bush is a lint, something around lint here. Okay, and I'm hearing the word static electricity. Ooh. Okay, and I just have to say it because it's just, again, the kind of metaphor that's coming through. But if there is like a new parent situation here, this is probably definitely your reading. Also, also Spirit is saying, I think for everyone here, like this time in your life may feel chaotic and may feel like, again, like the clothes that are tumbling and trying to dry and a little wet and a little weird, and there's a lot going on. But there's something about the joy in this card that is saying like this moment won't last forever, and to enjoy it while it's here right now as much as you can in this moment. There's an energy of like being present somehow. So that's coming through really, really strongly. Yeah, there is an energy of growth here. So I'm sensing that. Is there something else you want to say about this, Spirit? Okay, they want me to go back to the static electricity. Okay, static electricity. I also got the numbers right before I started this reading. I got the numbers from Spirit. They were like, Chan, you need to write this down. The number's 342, like 342 or 342. 243 is also coming through, static electricity. And I'm just writing that down. Okay, static electricity. So there's something about the static electricity here, like it's almost like some sort of tension is building up some static electricity, but I feel like it's somehow energizing. It's a very interesting reading. And yeah, there is some sort of like alchemical transmutation, transformation process. Okay, that's what it is. In this energy as well, it's almost like the electricity that's needed to like dry the clothes. It's like again a transference of energy somehow. Okay, and I'm catching the static electricity of like when that shock like builds up, and then you like shock yourself when you touch something. Okay, Spirit, do you have more to say about this? Bear with me here. This energy is coming in very like, again, a little like electric chaotic. It's like coming in bursts, almost like electricity, or like lightning is the other thing coming through too. Yes. Ooh, okay. So I'm very much so seeing the like, okay, and this is not a bad thing. Just hear me out. But I'm seeing the Tower tarot card in my mind's eye, which if you don't know much about tarot, the Tower card relates to like sudden like changes or upheaval or shock or surprise. I relate it to the planet Uranus, and I also equate it to Aquarius energy. So there's something here, and this could be related to like Pluto just moving into Aquarius, so that's also possible. I've had a couple of readings like that this week that have been talking about that transit. But it's almost like, I feel like there's some sort of like, it's coming through, that tower is coming through as like almost like an aha, an aha moment. It's coming through as some sort of like breakthrough energy, okay? Of like just like a shock energy, static electricity. Okay, I feel like this reading's getting ready to be really, really interesting, just given how large this buildup was to this reading. So, you know, if that feels like it resonates for you, just stay where you are, stay put. We're gonna get right into the cards. If for any reason that doesn't feel like it vibes with you yet, again, I like to do these vibe checks in the beginning, but if you're feeling like that doesn't vibe with you, no worries at all. Go check out one of the other readings I have. Like, any of those could apply to your situation right now, so definitely check out all of them, even if they aren't one of your signs. Like, we have all the signs in us, so I sometimes will find myself like gravitated towards tarot videos that aren't even for any of my signs, and they like resonate, so maybe that's something for you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get a little deeper into this sort of like butterfly, I guess, sort of energy. It's not quite the butterfly, but it's something about the static electricity and sort of that tower energy, but again, it's in like it's not in a bad way. It just comes through as sort of like a breakthrough or like clarity or an aha or an insight or some sort of like enlightenment moment. So if you want to know about that, just stay tuned. All right, I'll see you in a second. Let's look at the cards. Okay. All righty, so let's get into it here. This is so interesting. Just this lint and static electricity. All right, so let's move into what's going well for you over the next 4 weeks, Virgo. really curious about this. And apologies for the lighting. Again, you see, I don't know. Again, I had to get on during this specific time of the day for your reading, and so the sun is currently setting, as you're probably noticing. So that's just going to be what it is for now. But hopefully, it'll move when it's ready. I definitely think that's part of the message here. Is it will move when it's ready. I don't know why. That's for someone. It feels very specific, but it will move when it's ready, or it will change when it's ready, or transform when it's ready. Okay, so what's going well for Virgo spirit? Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, interesting. Do you want to say more, Spirit? Nine of Wands, is that upright? Okay. This one? Is that in reverse? Okay, this is kind of both ways, but we're going to see it there. Do you want another one? Upright? Any more? Okay. So they're just going to lay out the whole story here. So we're going to find our way to this. Hold on. This is an interesting energy in the Chariot. Upright, reverse. Okay, so there definitely is an energy here of like staying in place, and staying in place, like how would I describe that? It's like there's a certain level of endurance needed here. That's I feel like the best way I can describe this. There's a certain like endurance or stability that's needed for the particular like situation you're going through over the next 4 weeks, or as you're coming into this reading, whatever you're going through. It seems like this is requiring a certain endurance of your will. With the Ace of Wands, that's what's coming through really strongly. And for some reason, when I pulled the Eight of Cups in reverse, when I first pulled that card, what I heard from Spirit was like, don't worry, you'll get rest. What was the exact phrase, Spirit? Yeah, you'll get rest soon. Don't worry, you'll get rest soon. Okay, so again, I don't know if that's related to how starting off with like the parenthood message, for those of you who are parents, but it feels like that also feels like a pretty broad blanket statement for anyone at this moment. But there's kind of that, again, there's a double layer here to this month's reading for whatever reason, and just the example that Spirit wanted to use with parenthood. But yeah, so it feels like no matter who you are, what situation you're going through, again, you will end up getting rest soon. And again, this Eight of Cups doesn't speak to anything related to that necessarily, but it was coming through sort of like with that like Four of Swords energy. So I don't know. It's just feeling like all the kind of turbulence you're going through right now in a way, or just sort of the kind of ups, it's coming through as like ups and downs with this Two of Pentacles. It's almost like, it's like you're going up and down and up and down. And the Two of Pentacles speaks to like being off balance. The Two of Pentacles in reverse specifically speaks to being like off balance. And so that's sort of that's the energy that's coming through right now. It's very much so like feeling off balance and, again, needing to have that sort of like spirit, fire in your spirit necessarily. That's not quite like the spirit of endurance right now, especially with the Chariot in reverse. Like I said, something needs to be enduring here, like kind of like to stick with it. Now this is not speaking to anything that would be like unhealthy for you. That's not what this is speaking to, even if that is like connections as well. I have to say that for someone here, that's not what this is speaking to. This is speaking to the endurance that like you would have, for instance, if you were a parent and like for your young child, like the endurance that you need to like go through this pivotal moment of their growth, like we were saying with the butterflies, they're transforming. This is another example of this would be like if you have a particular goal that you're working on or something for yourself, or a part of your like journey towards loving yourself more, like something that needs your endurance. So yeah, there's something here where right now I think things feel off balance and kind of feel a little all over the place. But like I said, there's just this energy here. Spirit wants you to like stick with it with the Chariot in reverse, but also like continue moving forward with like endurance. Yeah, I just keep saying that word because that's what Spirit keeps saying. Like, okay. Okay, so the one that's really like perplexing me here, not really, because I feel like this is actually the energy, it's perplexing, is the Knight of Wands. And I think this is actually how you feel right now, where you're like, what is up, what is down, what is, you know, left and right. And the energy that's coming through this Knight of Wands is perplexed. So like in the traditional version of this card, you would see someone who's like standing there with like maybe a bandage over their head. It's called the Wounded Warrior card, but they would be holding a spear and then have like the 8 other spears in a wall behind them. Yeah, that's this card, right? Yeah, that's this card. And so, I don't know, there's an energy here of being like perplexed for some reason. It's just like, again, you're not really sure like which way. You see the arrows going all the different ways here. It's just like, which way do I go? And I don't know which way to navigate myself. Like it just feels like there's a little bit of like a Twilight energy. And that was weird how that came in, because it's almost like the delirium you would have like at Twilight, kind of that vibe. Is that a thing? I don't know. that's what's coming through of like, oh, I'm caught in a Twilight moment, you know, Twilight Zone kind of moment. It's also, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of the layers that were coming through. I'm like, Spirit, are you talking about like Twilight, like the teen, the YA? Okay, yeah. So I guess a little bit related to those movies too. What do you want to say about that, Spirit? Okay, I don't know why we're going to Twilight now. Oh my gosh, and they just showed me the 3 of Swords. Okay, so, you know, there may be, and the 8 of Cups again. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, let's pull this up. Do you want me to grab this bottom one too? Okay. Okay. Hold on. This is so fascinating how this is coming out for you, Virgo. Okay, let me make sure all this is in your view. Give me one moment. Okay, so in terms of what's going well for you, I think there's a couple things. This feels like a really like layered reading. Okay. I am getting the sense here that potentially like you are either walking away from something, or something is like exiting your, or just leaving of its own accord. Maybe I should say it that way, or leaving of its own accord. I think this is something that's, again, creating a lot of like the 3 of Swords. I mean, you can see the card. It's a heart with 3 swords through it. Like, it's definitely creating some sort of like tension or some pain for you in a way. Whatever is exiting. There's 2 threads coming through really strongly. Okay, so I'm going to speak to both of them, and then I'm just going to generalize this because, my God, Spirit has so much to say on this. But okay, when I was talking about the parenthood message, if this is for you as like a parent, or you're again a new parent, or I guess it doesn't really matter where you are with that, but there's this energy here of like, I think transitioning into being a parent, understanding like the version of yourself that was before being a parent, like that is gone, and like that chapter of your life is closing, and you have this like new one that's transforming and evolving in front of you. And now you have like these beautiful like baby butterflies to take care of here, okay, along with you. So it definitely feels, like I said, there's something like bittersweet to this energy. It's very joyful and gorgeous and beautiful, and also something that's a little like I know we don't have the like a 5 of Cups or 4 of Cups on this table, but the 8 of Cups is also coming through here with this particular card. It's coming through as a little bit of grief, okay, with all the cups, like you see all these cups sort of like pouring out here. Yeah, it's coming through a little bit as grief, and there's this moon energy, because I think this is something that's happening subconsciously while you're like kind of managing your world right now. I don't think there's a lot of time to be able to kind of process all that. But I do think this is creating like there's a sort of like a polarity here, polarity that's creating electricity, static electricity. There it is. There's polarity here in the feelings of the joy and the beauty and the transience of this moment of being like a new parent. And also there's kind of that grief of like what's exiting here, and like how you know your job now is to give. Okay, the Six of Pentacles is that energy. It speaks to like you are going to be in giver mode for the rest of your life, because that's what being a parent is. Okay, and so I think there's an understanding of like, oh, I don't just get to like just receive anymore, I have to give. And you give 100% one way, you know, unilateral to your kids, and that's how that works. So I think Spirit is trying to say like, you have the strength to do this, you have the strength to like endure this transformation that your soul is going through on many levels. And you may not even necessarily be like a parent yet, like you may be like, maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you're like expecting, or you know, it depends on where you are on this timeline. But regardless, there's this energy of like almost like a chapter closing and a new one opening, and like having to hold both those energies, like the Two of Pentacles is saying, like hold both of those in your body, right? There's the polarity right here. Okay, so that's a layer of this message for someone. And Spirit, like I said, wants you to continue to endure with this and continue to know that you are still the same person, but you do have a different form now, and you have a different version, and there is a different like face to who you are now, okay, as a parent. And so there's a lot of love and support here from that energy and from that angle. So I just have to say that. Okay, there's another thread to this message for those of you who may be going through some difficulties in a relationship. Now, this relationship could be any type of relationship, any type of connection. It doesn't have to be romantic. However, I will speak to that one just because that's just the one that's on top that's coming through for Spirit. Okay, so just apply this to your situation where it goes. But I think there's this energy here of, like I said, there's this tension. There's two things happening at once here. There's the tension of either walking away from, Eight of Cups doubled down here, walking away from, it's both. You're walking away and walking towards, okay? So you're walking away from something that I don't think was aligned with you anymore. That's coming through really strong with the butterfly card. It's like you have changed and evolved somehow. And I just think whatever this situation was or this connection was, it wasn't able to give to you in the ways that you needed. And so Spirit is sending through, like I said, there was a lot of strength you needed to even be in this connection, but it feels like even more so as however this is evolving and changing, as the connection is evolving, I think there's a lot of strength that's needed. Okay, but as you're moving away from this situation, what you're moving towards, okay, with this Eight of Cups in reverse, is moving towards, like I said, this sort of like, you will eventually end up in like a very like balanced place with this energy, but it's almost like you're moving towards like loving yourself. I don't know why that just keeps coming through, but it's like, there's something here, like I said, you need the endurance and the staying power, maybe because depending on where you are in the situation, there may be a kind of back and forth with this Two of Pentacles. Again, this Two of Pentacles is coming through as like back and forth. Again, the polarity of the decision, it's almost like, because twos and tarots do speak to like crossroads, they speak to decision points. So it's almost like you deciding and kind of being still a little unclear, Nine of Wands, of like, you know, which way do I go? In a way, Nine of Wands is coming through that way of just like, there's a lot of different options here, but which one do I go? But I think Spirit is trying to say there is a true north for you. I don't know why this particular arrow is coming through really strongly. There is a true north for you, and that true north is whatever allows you to come into alignment with yourself and to love yourself deeper and more thoroughly. Okay, and then for others of you, if that's not your situation, this Three of Swords represents just a difficult situation or event or something that you're going through right now. It doesn't have to be related to either of the two things I talked about with parenthood or with connection. But I think Spirit is trying to like communicate, if that's your angle, then I think there may be a call to maybe like start thinking about moving away from whatever this is, because whatever it is doesn't have capacity to like give you what you need. Again, this Six of Pentacles here, I call it my Lady Gaga card, but it could not be clearer that this cannot give to you in the ways, hasn't been, can't, doesn't have capacity, whatever it is, it isn't providing what you need. And so I think, like I said, this is speaking to, the Strength card is coming through because you've been going through it, Yes. And also, I think it's speaking to your character to like finally sort of, there's an alignment that's happening with this Ace of Wands. There's something in this energy that's aligning with this like transformation that you need and desire, that your soul desires. It's almost like there's kind of like a spiritual sort of like burning happening here, okay, which is very, very common. But what happens is you kind of burn off things that are no longer like aligned with your energy, and you transform. And again, this is fire as part of the alchemical like transmutation and, well, alchemy process in general, okay? And so there's kind of this energy of of just like something burning off from your soul, spiritual. Some of this is coming through. There's a little bit of karma here. Like I said, this feels very like, in some ways, a little bit destiny related. There's nothing specific here that would say that, like with these cards, but it's just coming through that way. There's something about this Chariot energy that feels very like, I don't know, sanctioned by, you know, your higher self for some reason. I don't know. It feels like this is part of your like soul path. For this Ace of Wands feels very like in the heavens. If you see that, it's like above the clouds here and in the heavens. So it feels like this was the kind of, again, transformation that was meant to be at this time. Okay, so give me a second here. I'm going to take a drink of what I have here because there's so much energy. Interesting. Is there more you want to say on this, Spirit? Okay. Which card? This deck? Okay. All right, so there's more to say. Wow, this is a big shift, Virgo. I could tell from the energy. I was like, dang, like Spirit really put me in it. Like I was like simulating this experience for, again, the last like 16 hours because I started like thinking about it. Just kind of, again, I get like a whole like wind up to these readings, and like it just like it started coming in. The download on your reading started coming in last night as I was going to bed, and then I just kept waking up hearing this like baby crying throughout the night, and I kept feeling like I had to like get up and like just shift around or use the restroom or just like do something quickly and then go back to sleep. Like it was very interesting. There was this like almost like self-soothe energy. So again, this may be, if you're a parent, you're going through this very externally to you right now. If this is something where like, you know, that's not your situation, this feels like, again, a self-soothe sort of energy of like needing to be with yourself as you go through this like difficult time. Again, that Strength card only comes out when you're going through something kind of tough. Like that's the key of it. And I really have to say, this Strength card is also coming through as very much so related to your character and your like identities. There's something like character and identity that's connected to this. And again, that's coming through also with the Ace of Wands of like, there's something shifting in how you see yourself, and how that ripples outwards into how others see you. So if that is, like I said, becoming a new parent or newly single or unattached, or I'm hearing becoming a teacher. That's interesting. Yeah. So however it is, it feels like something is like shifting in your view, which is why, like I said, I keep getting this like tower sort of energy for you, the static electricity buildup, because I feel like that's exactly it. It's sort of like there has to be sort of a buildup of energy before the shift, right? And so that's kind of where you've been, is that like buildup into the shift, and like it's kind of that energy. It's so interesting. Okay, are you ready, Spirit, for this next card? Okay. Yeah, and this feels like crystal clear. I don't know. There's something about this that feels like, about this reading that feels clear, even though it's kind of all over the place. It's a bit crystal. And again, I just keep getting this sense of like sudden like clarity or insight or something. Like it's just so fascinating. Oh my gosh. And we have a card that says potion, invigoration, empowerment, literally. Okay. So like I keep talking about this like alchemical process. That's exactly it. It's like a potion. It's like you're brewing something. It's alchemy. That's what this is. That's what potion is. Like potion making is. That's alchemy, right? So that's definitely confirmation that that's what's happening here. I feel like there's a lot coming through with this. There's something around crystals coming through. So there's that. I'm seeing those up here. For someone, this may be a call to like look into your financial situation. So I don't know, that's a specific message coming through. And they're not telling me much about, do you want to say anything about that? No, I think just wants you to like double check your accounts. Yeah, okay. Double check your accounts. So that's coming through. Okay, we have invigoration, empowerment. Yeah, exactly what I was saying with that strength card. It's sort of like both things. When I keep talking about this like phrase, static electricity, it's like it's like something about it is generating power for you. like it's that's a really cool energy. Is this upright? Yeah, okay, so it's upright and reverse. Okay, so it's both. So it feels like oh my gosh, it says preserve. Oh my goodness, on this card. I'm telling you, I'm like, there's something about endurance and like persevering and like preservation and like there's something about like sticking it through, but specifically with like your energy here. Okay, so let's look at both of these. Hold on, let me see. I gotta get these in your view. Hold on, let me see how I can do that. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna actually roll these up. I'm gonna roll these up. Okay, so we have a little more room to work. You want these down here? Okay, put these right here. So we're gonna put potion in reverse. Is preserve upright? Okay, yes. Okay. So hopefully you can see both of those. All right, looks like it's all in your view. All right, so, wow. There's so much coming in. Give me 1 second. Okay, I should probably mention this card also says security, forethought, and thrift. Okay. This is really specific. Again, I'm not a parent, so I don't know why. But you know, I'm just the channel. Okay, so Spirit is saying like thrift for baby clothes. And thrift, if you're the teacher that's here as well, thrift for supplies. I don't know, that's coming through, but I'm hearing thrifting is for whatever reason going to be important there. Okay, this preserve card is doing so much. Okay, so not only is it just like confirming what I said earlier around the Ace of Wands and the Chariot in reverse, like that energy around, like I said, endurance. It is definitely saying that. There is also this energy of Spirit not wanting you to hold on to things that do not serve you or things that cannot go with you into this next chapter. Okay, that felt loaded. It was. Spirit is being very clear, and it's specifically if this is related to like a connection that can't give you what you need, or a situation, if it's a workplace, whatever it is, okay, there's a real need to like almost like go through your like metaphorical closet right now and kind of like put things up at the thrift store, you know, donate to the thrift store, like get rid of or clear out or cleanse away. There's something, I'm seeing the potions like dump out now. If there are old potions in there, old, you know, things that you need to get rid of, like, again, this is a metaphor, right? But Spirit is trying to say, like, this might be time to go through this. There's also a message here around healing and deep healing. So for if there, how do I say that? I mean, look, we all have things, we all have like things, baggage in our metaphorical closet, okay? Spirit wants you to go through yours. Okay, for some, like, it, again, depending on what the situation is for you, but I think no matter which situation it is, Spirit wants you to go through that. So for instance, if you are a parent and you are, you know, a new parent going through this for the first time or whatnot, like, what things can you, like, donate, get rid of, maybe from what your parents did that won't serve you in this version, you know, and yours, coming into being a parent and your evolution and transformation into that role. Okay. So that's there. I think, again, similarly, if this is a connection that, I think, what are the ways that, you know, you may want to look at how this connection came into existence or into being, or how you ended up connecting with this or attracting this type of connection, and like what types of like wounding maybe in this closet and the baggage that you still haven't gone through that you may need to go through here. Okay. Because I'm getting that very strongly with, like, you see how it says like Nats, rum, peaches, and you know, there's like other items from other people. Some of these are yours. It just feels like, I don't know, like, do you need to get rid of your ex's things out of like your, again, metaphorical closet, like from a past relationship that, you know, put you into that Three of Swords energy, and it is repeated, you know, in current state. I think there's a real call for you to go through this. And I think if that looks like connecting with like a somatic therapist or connecting with a healer of sorts, like I don't know why this energy feels really strong, but Spirit doesn't want you to like pack in and keep on, like, you can't bring this stuff to the next like level of where you're going and to your next frequency and your higher self, right? Like, you have to set things down. So that's what I think the Eight of Cups, why it's coming through double down, because there's this energy of needing to like let go of, walk away from, set down things that like you can't bring with you on this journey. See how this person's like journeying? It's given like very like Three of Wands type of energy, but like they're going to the presumably towards the rainbow. Okay, so like, what can't you bring with you on this next part of your journey? Okay, so I think there's a real need to like kind of cast off, or discharge is another word that's coming through, the things that don't empower you. And I think this time is going to require a lot of endurance for you to really stick to what you know is the right thing to do in this situation, whatever it is. And yeah, there's a sense of like exhaustion here. I do feel that really strongly. It's almost like burning the candle on both ends, but also I think Spirit is trying to say, for some reason, I'm getting the sense that like it will be worth it in the end if you can continue to hold the strength to go through this process. Do you want to say more on that? Okay, give me a second. All right, we'll pull one more card? One or two more cards. What an interesting reading. Okay, this is kind of straightforward, which is kind of nice, because when it came in, it was very scattered, but I feel like it kind of like, again, it's almost like the energy was out here, like with an electrical storm or something. I don't even know if electrical storm, but like a thunderstorm, okay? And it was like the energy was just like building, and then it like, oh. Okay, hold on. My spirit team just power cycled my headset, so that's how I know we got the message. Okay, so we definitely got the message. That's their sign to me. So it's almost like the energy was like charging up, and then it all kind of comes together through the lightning. Okay, and it just like kind of directs itself, and it's like, you know, clarity. It's like, you know, channeled into what it's focused, right? And so that's almost how this reading has felt. It's very, very cool. Okay, what else do you have to say about this? Any last thoughts for Virgo Spirit? Because are we going to go into an extended? Yeah, we're going to go into an extended. Okay, because there's still more they want to say here, but yeah. So it is going to focus. It is going to like come into focus. Yes. And my timer is like flashing. So it will come into focus. Okay. So again, there will be some moment of like clarity coming through. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. There's an energy of like exhaustion here. Like you've been like working. Okay, like the Eight of Pentacles comes through, especially like related to like work, working on something. Like again, it just comes through as like effort with this, and it just feels like yeah, you're tired, you're exhausted. I get that. Spirit gets that. Like that's definitely it. But oh my gosh, we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, what do you want to say about this, Spirit? Hold on. Six of Pentacles in reverse again. Okay, yeah, feeling drained. Okay, feeling drained. Yep, feeling drained. I think this is partially, again, if this is about a connection, I think Spirit is really trying to double down on this energy of like, you're drained, boo. Like you're drained. Like you're tired. You've put in all the work you can possibly give to this. So that the kind of option is to move into the Eight of Cups energy and like to truly like move away from this. Again, whether of your own accord or if it just came to be, but I feel like Spirit is really asking you to consider this if that's your scenario. Again, if you're a parent, then this is just kind of the energy you're in. And again, just know this is temporary. This is not forever. Okay? I just keep getting that like sense here. Is there anything else? All right, last card. And the Star. I knew it. Yep, like I said. there it is. Confirming. And for everyone else who's here as well, even if those aren't your situations, this is a call for healing. This is a call for you to go through your metaphorical closet, go through the baggage, start to pull out what doesn't, is causing you this pain and this tension, this heartache, and to start to like really get rid of stuff that doesn't like belong to you, that you don't need, so you can truly, because you're already in a transformation process. That is clear. Like if you're not going into this 4 weeks, by the time you're watching this video, you will be going through it over the next 4 weeks at some point. There is something that's going to evolve for you. And so Spirit really wants you to get into the energy of like lightening yourself energetically so you can step into this new Ace of Wands. Like it's like a new path is being forged for you here, and that you can actually move forward in a much more loving and self-loving way in general. That's just what's coming through. So all right, Virgo, that is our general reading. This has been, again, it kind of started out kind of everywhere, and I feel like it just got really, really clear, but I do expect there is going to be some sort of moment of shift for you. Again, some sort of like breakthrough, clarity, something's going to happen for you over the next 4 weeks here. And I think Spirit is asking you to kind of twofold move into starting to let go of things that won't serve you into this, after this shift happens for you, or as it's happening, for you to move into this kind of next level of the roles you're taking. And again, I'm getting a sense of an identity shift here. Like I said, whether that's into parenthood or to being like unpartnered or to being like in a new, like, again, teaching role or job function or whatever it is, it feels like something else is coming on board for you. And so I think Spirit wants to make sure you've done sort of the healing work, so when you get to that next place, you're ready. There's something about like being ready there and prepared and more aligned with what's coming in for you with the Ten of Pentacles, more balanced. So all right, so I'm going to go into the extended. I'll have information in the description box below for the extended if you'd like to purchase that and follow me along into that reading. I also have personal readings going on right now. So I have a 20 to 25 minute personal reading or a 40 to 60 minute. These are pre-recorded. So for you, they're specifically for you, personal readings. So if you'd like to know more about that, check out my website. I have that in the link below. But Virgo, I'm wishing you a lot of luck and love through the next like 4 weeks as you go through kind of this energy. And if I don't see you in the extended, I will see you in your next reading. All right. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.